Hey everyone, this is Mike with CryptoTaxed. Today's video, we're going to do a little technical analysis on Bitcoin, look at some other altcoins. We're just going to look at the market in general and also go over a little bit of news. But before we begin, let's go over that quick disclaimer. Any information provided in these videos or accompanying material is for informational purposes only. It should not be considered legal or financial advice. You should consult with your own financial advisor before making any investment decisions. Alright guys, with that out of the way, let's just go ahead and jump right into it and let's take a look at Bitcoin, so what we're kind of doing right now. And so again, we're using the Bitfinex chart on this just because we can go back a little bit further. As you can see, we did not come up and test the new resistance level, and in the previous video when we were talking about Bitcoin, I said, we came up here, we tested, we got rejected, we found support, and I said it's very likely that we might come down here and find support again, which is the way we are trending currently. So I also talked about how that was a tombstone, which is a bearish trend. Doji's bearish indicators. The candlesticks are still in a very bearish pattern. So right here on the MACD, as you can see, we're trading above, which is more of a bullish indicator, and as we flatten out and as we return back to crossing over, that's bearish trending. So now, am I expecting it to come flying down here below 6,000? Absolutely not. I don't want to be taken that way. Stochastic RSI, we're right here in the middle pretty much, but this is a bearish indicator here. We're getting ready to head down into the oversold. So, over here is overbought, oversold. But right now, right in the middle in a good zone. So, looking at this chart, it'd be very, very easy to say that with the way everything's lining up, with what's going on news-wise and everything, it wouldn't be surprising if we kind of came down here and tested this support level and came back up. When we come back up, whether we break through that or not, we'll have to look at it when we get closer to this time, basically Halloween, the 30th or 31st. That's when we're going to have to really take a look at it. The main thing is this green line, which is our new level of support for the year. If we're maintaining this rally, we have to stay above it, and it looks like we're going to come back and test it, which is, I don't want people to say, hey, we're doing a bearish move, it's bad. No, bearish type moves are not necessarily bad. It's just finding new support levels or verifying a support level in this case, as we've done already. We verified it here, 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 verified it here. If we verify it again, it's okay. What we need to do is break through the resistance. Once we break through the resistance, then we can start setting up a channel showing that, hey, we're actually going kind of in an upward direction. So just to give you an example of what I'm talking about, so just don't sound crazy. This was the high. Once we break through this resistance, if we can come up here and set it somewhere like up here, we'll turn this to green so just so you can see it. Then you can see we're forming a channel, and it's on a gradual rise, which would be a very bullish indicator. So that's what we're looking for. But right now, I can't say that that's going to happen just based off the candlestick patterns. These candlesticks, these little tombstones, and these other little indicators are definitely bearish. They're not bullish. Same thing with the MACD and stochastic. So don't be surprised if we come down here and test 63.76, and again, Bitfinex chart. So if you're using other indicators, they might not line up with these numbers that you're seeing here. So with that out, let's go ahead and switch over and let's go to the Coinbase chart. Now the Coinbase chart is probably going to be more consistent with the things that you might be looking at, whether you're going to Coinbase or if you go to crypto market cap. This number, or right here, the 63.98, that's going to be closer to what you see. So now looking at it, as you can see on the MACD, we are actually more bullish. These two indicators show that we are actually more bullish. Now this ain't, hey, we're going to the moon. It's more or less we're just going to maintain horizontal, and as you can see, we maintain that. Now with the Coinbase chart, unlike the Bitfinex chart, we have not crossed through this descending triangle. We have not crossed through this resistance level. We have, however, set up new support, just like we did on Bitfinex, and we've maintained this support very well. What we need to do, and this is kind of where this cross is coming up, is we need to find a breakout right here, and then we need to cross over this last high and start trending upward and breaking through this high in order to create a new rally. And that's what we're looking for when we're looking at these charts. All indication is that we are going to break through this resistance. Now, because we don't have exactly the largest of bullish indicators, and the fact that we are oversold and stuff right here doesn't lend me to believe that we're going to break through and come through up here. You know, we could very well, but if I'm a betting person, I wouldn't put those odds very high. You know, you're talking 5-10%. What I would think would be more realistic is we keep going horizontal and come through. When we come through, probably go on a bearish path and test this old resistance as support and bounce off, and then retest this level of support right here. So this little indicator, we'll go ahead and move it on out. So this was the previous high. We'll put it right there. And we'll go ahead and move this one over. So as you can see, we're kind of in a channel right here. This is the channel we need to get back into. Even though it is horizontal, and I know everybody hates horizontal, but that's where we're consolidating right now. This is all this is a consolidation phase. It's done it before, it's nothing surprising. So if it comes here and finds support, even if it comes here and finds support, but we need to break through this resistance, get back in this channel, come up, and then find support before shooting off again. That's kind of what we need to do. Alright, enough about Bitcoin. I don't want to bore you to death with that. So let's go ahead and take a look at some other ones, and we're probably going to do more rapid fire today because it really ain't much going on in the market. Here we go with Ripple. And as you can see, as I've said before in Ripple, it's just horizontal. I'm still not big on Ripple right now. I'm not in the place where I'm going to say, hey, Ripple's getting ready to go on a rally. This is still a bearish indicator. This is a bearish indicator on the stochastic and the MACD. The candlesticks also line up as a more bearish indicator. Right now, as you can see with this downward channel that I put on here, we are still getting ready to test this resistance, and the indicators don't show that we're going to break through this resistance. If anything, we're probably going to test it and maybe come down some more. You know, I'm not a fortune teller. We could break through, but even if we broke through, kind of like Bitcoin, I'm projecting, you know, if it breaks through, and I'm not saying that it does, if it breaks through, it'll be more horizontal, and then it's going to retest it before coming back. So, you know, if I'm looking at Ripple, I'm probably more or less holding firm or waiting, not really getting into it right now, because I think it's actually going to get rejected and come down like this before testing it again. Just my take on Ripple. So let's go ahead and go to Ethereum. Now, Ethereum was in this downward trend. We have a new level of support, which it found support. And as you can see, we've went up against this new resistance channel, but it is a bearish version of it. And as you can see, this last run up, we didn't even reach it. We actually came back down, and we're getting ready to come back down to support. If we come in here with the MACD and the stochastic, MACD, kind of bullish, but if anything, this is more horizontal. Stochastic, I would put this as more of a bearish move. So as you can see, we've had little red candlesticks. It wouldn't surprise me if, you know, today and tomorrow end up being little red candlesticks. You know, I don't think it's just going to go, I don't think it's going to go down like this. By no means. I don't think it's just going to be a sharp decline. But we need more volume in it, and it's probably going to go down and kind of go up and probably test, come down, find support, and test. But somewhere in this channel, we need to break through. Anyway, that is Ethereum. Litecoin, which if you've been watching my videos, is the one that I've been most worried about because of all the indicators, is actually starting to do something very interesting. So we've been down here, and I've said in previous videos, if we break through this and, you know, break through it significantly, not like this little bit, you know, you're talking just cents right there. If we break through it by like $2 or $3, Litecoin would be in trouble. But we've been in this bearish channel right here this whole time on the MACD, but now we've came back up, starting to flatten back out, and if anything, we might be making a bullish cross. Now, I'm not saying a drastic bullish cross, but a slight bullish indicator, but the stochastic, on the other hand, actually shows much more of a bullish indicator. And so, you know, be prepared for Litecoin to, you know, not go crazy by no means, but potentially kind of go up before maybe coming down here and testing it again. And what we need to do is see how I drew it a little further above support level versus it being so close. We need for it to stay away from the support level and start maintaining an upward trend. We need to get back up here against the resistance level to see if we can break through. Candlestick patterns right now, as far as what I'm seeing, it is more horizontal. It's nothing really going up or down. There's no indicators screaming at me saying, hey, we're about to break out one way or another. If this candlestick here maintains the way it's going or actually thins out a little more, it might be another bullish indicator saying that we might, you know, kind of go on a little rally trying to break out of this trend. So we'll keep an eye on that one right there. Now let's go ahead and go to EOS. And in EOS, we form this, you know, new descending triangle, if you want to call it that. And EOS has been all in this triangle. It's maintained it. We put this triangle up, gosh, from this blue line, I think. So yeah, right there. We drew that level of resistance for it to break through eventually. So from here is when we put these original red lines up saying this is our triangle. So as you can see, we have been perfectly inside of this. Now with EOS, if we look at the MACD, and we look at the stochastic RSI, MACD is actually showing something a little more flat. Stochastic RSI is actually showing more of a bullish trend. But now this little candlestick right here, if it maintains what it's doing, or if this body actually comes up a little bit more, that would be what's considered a hammer. A hammer would be an indication of a bullish style rally. So if it maintains, and again, you'll have to wait until see what this day provides, you know, it could very well come right up here and start testing this level of resistance. If we can break out of that resistance, we can come back here, test support before attacking this level of resistance. But that would be huge for EOS in order to do that. So we'll keep an eye on that and see how that indicator develops throughout the day. Now let's go to the, you know, my wild card, which is Genesis Vision. If you've watched this video, back down here, I said we were in a bull market with Genesis Vision. So if you know, you can go back into the videos back in mid-September. I've been calling this a very much a bull market ever since. We put the indicator showing the channel that it's in, and you can see Genesis Vision just went crazy yesterday. But right now we have red indicators. Right here, this candlestick, and it actually calls for a bearish move, which would be a good thing because we don't want to be in too bought right here and come back down. So right now with the MACD, we're still bullish overall, but right here we're showing a bearish indicator. So with these two combinations, this was our old high. It would not be shocking at all if it came back down here, found support before coming back up, making like a U. So just be prepared. If you've been following this and you know you like GVT like I do, then you know it could very easily come back down here to the $14 to $13 and say 80-cent range, somewhere in there, before finding support and then making another rally. Another big thing with Genesis Vision is on December 31st, their platform is officially launching worldwide. So that coincides with this date and time. Right here is October 30th. So, you know, yeah, that's my drawing. It's not perfect. So, you know, if that's October 30th, it literally might be more like this. Might come down to, say, October 30th right there. Platform launches, and then you see a spike in the market because people are going to be using it. It'll be, you know, it's big launch day. So just be aware with the news with Genesis Vision. That's kind of what I see with it. So, but as far as the market, bull market goes, it is absolutely a beautiful bull market that it is in right now. Last, I actually added a coin because one of my friends asked me to do it, and this is ARK. Now, ARK, we were in a downward trend, and I'm sorry I didn't put the support levels. I just when I got on here, I quickly done it because it was kind of important to him, so I figured I'd help him out. So we broke through this level. We broke through back in July. So we broke through the resistance, but what happened is we came back down. So off of our last highs, we set a new triangle. As you can see, we came down, we went horizontal, and we broke through and found the resistance right here. And then we broke through one more time right there. So on that triangle, you'll say roughly September 13th. We'll just call it roughly right there. Well, what's happened is it's slowly starting to go up. New higher lows, new higher highs, creating this channel. And as you can see right now, we are actually on an uptrend. This is a bullish indicator, bullish indicator. So it wouldn't be surprising to see ARK come up a little bit more before, maybe come down, finding new support levels. So while this is not the way Genesis Vision is as far as a bull market is concerned, and I'll just show you the difference. So we'll back out. So this shows from July through December, and I'll go back here. We'll put it July through December. So as you can see, this is bullish because ultimately it is going up. Eventually this should make a turn if it's going to maintain a bull market. But this is not a bad channel. Again, it's up. New higher highs, new lower lows. So this is not a bad thing to see. So if you're interested in ARK and you want to get involved in ARK right now might be at some of its lowest prices that you've seen in a long time. So anyway, that's my take on ARK, and we'll keep it on here, and we'll just every now and again come back and look at it. Real quick, let's get into the news. So one big bit of news that we've had is off Cointelegraph, and I'll put a link in the description below, but it's talking about how U.S. regulators could approve back BTC futures, and that could be launched in the first week of November. Now, if you don't know what BACT is basically a cryptocurrency platform, and it's looking to regulate the ecosystem for like institutional investors to get involved, which is huge. And BACT's looking to come out starting December 12th. Now, these futures as part of it is huge news because the institutional investors, they use that when you're on, say, the stock exchange or anything like that. And to have that in place before BACT actually comes out actually provides a sense of, hey, we're going to regulate this economy. We're going to regulate and get everything to where it's a trusted ecosystem is what they're trying to form here. So anyway, you can come into this. You can read a little bit more about it, but just know that this is very big news. It's not as big news, say, ETF getting approved, but it is big news as far as steps being taken in order to get BACT accepted into the U.S. or world market for institutional investors. So with this, just be looking for the first week of November for something to kind of happen. And if we go back to our charts, and I'll use the Coinbase chart just because that's kind of the last one we're talking about. And here's November where my cursor is. So it's like I said before, if we break through this and we come down to support, the BACT futures come out, we very easily could go through this line. The last time futures were introduced was last year around the November timeline too. We had Bitcoin futures, and as you can see around, I'm just ballparking it here, but it was right around this time. And as you can see, what happened afterwards is sentiment grew into the market and more trust, and we went on a massive bull run. We were already on a bull run, but it really just spiked. So I'm not saying it's going to go crazy like that again. Trust me, I would love it. It'd be great for all our portfolios. But to come up here and break through this resistance because of that news would be great to start helping us get on that rally that we need. Last thing, let's just go ahead and look at the coin market cap. So right now our coin market cap is at $208 billion. So we're kind of just flat. I mean, everything really is just flat. Bitcoin dominance is roughly 54%. As you can tell with the charts, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, all are not really moving up and down from where they were starting 7 days ago. Percent changed is less than 1%. You get a couple 2%ers in here, but that's not a big deal in the Bitcoin market. So, right now, you guys, I know we're wanting more to happen, but you know, everything's just really is very, very, very stable. Here's the total market right now, and so as you can see, we kind of came off, took a dump right there, and then we popped back up, and right now we're still maintaining. The only troublesome sign is, if anything, we're still very bearish in this. We need to see our volume grow. Now, we don't need to see it, you know, where it went to the moon back here in like November, December of last year, but to see growth similar to what we saw through April through May would be great right here. You know, we're at 208. If we could see it to grow to, say, 300 in the next month and a half, that would really, really help out the market. So anyway, you guys, that's kind of the stuff I'm looking for. I hope you found this video helpful. If you like this video, would like to see more, please subscribe, hit that bell. That way you're notified anytime I put up a new video. Also, smash that like button. It really helps our channel grow. And below, we also have in our playlist a Crypto 101. If you're brand new to cryptocurrencies and want to learn a little something about them, by all means, hit that playlist. But with that, you guys, I hope you have happy trading, and we'll talk to you next time.